Welcome to the Akwa Flow Crypto Lab. I'm making this video to give you a quick update of the XRP situation. Today I will make an analysis of the bull bear cloud chart. We will also have a quick look at the BTC big picture chart. Then we'll have a look, of course, at the XRP big picture chart, and we will finish the video with the regression chart for XRP. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel, and if you like the content, give me a thumbs up. Now let's begin. This is the bull bear cloud chart. In my last video, I told you that to transition into a bull market, XRP had one job, only one job: crossing the bear market resistance in blue. I said that this bear market resistance with the dots was the real deal. It has never been easy to go above it in a bear market, and it will never be. So with no surprise, you can see that we got a rejection from it once again. As you can see, the bear line went below the red cloud that we have just right here. Before that, we had the cloud that was our closest resistance. We hit it and we went to the downside. But now that the bear line is below the cloud, it became our closest resistance. On this chart, I'm using 23 days candles. And as you can see, we got rejected from the line once with the previous candle, just right here. And this is the second time that we got a rejection from the line. Tomorrow we will start a brand new candle. That's why I wanted to make a video before the opening of the new candle. And these two candles shows how accurate this chart is. Starting from the new candle that will open tomorrow, the key level to watch is a bit higher than 39 cents. If we are not able to go above this level and to start using the line as a support, then expect a big crash, not only for XRP, but for the entire crypto market. Indeed, in the past, every time that we expected an XRP crash, the entire market fell down too, so be prepared. I'm not saying that we will go down necessarily, but looking at the chart, the market still looks bearish to me, with two rejections from the cloud and two rejections from the bear line. If we go down, my strategy is pretty simple. I will wait for a perfect buy opportunity, meaning that I will buy if and only if we hit the mountain indicator in purple just right here. And currently this indicator is a bit higher than 20 cents. There is something else telling me that we might go down. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin big picture chart. This chart helped us a lot in the past. Thanks to it, we managed to anticipate Bitcoin major moves. And this time I want to draw your attention to multiple things. The first is that for the very first time in the whole Bitcoin history, we are using the 200 weeks moving average as a resistance. As you see, we used it as a resistance when we were there, then we came back up, and we are still using it as a resistance. Also, there is, with the red dots, the bottom regression line coming up like this, and we hit it at the very same time that we hit the 200 weeks moving average, and we used it also as a very, very strong resistance, as you can see. So we hit both lines and we came back down. This is proof that the current bear market is very different from the previous ones. So it might surprise everyone. The second thing to pay attention to is this confluence point coming between the Akwa line and the golden bottom line. The last time that those two lines crossed, you can see that the price had been attracted to it like a magnet. So the same could happen just right here. I choose my words with care. I said could, because I have no crystal ball. That said, we cannot ignore the facts in the chart, and with this big rejection that we started having and this confluence point coming, it seems that the price is taking this direction. Also, I want to mention the mountain indicator in green that you see starting popping up just right here. When this indicator starts coming up, it's never a good sign. To understand why, let's take a step back. As you see, here we have the mountain indicator coming up, right? and the price went to test it. Also here we have the mountain indicator coming up. We didn't go too far, so we didn't touch it, right? But it was coming up when we have the second bottom from Bitcoin, okay? Then here, when we got our bottom from 2018, it was again coming up and we went back to touch it again. Then during the COVID crisis, it was the same thing. It was coming up and we went down to test it. Okay, and recently it's starting coming up. We didn't quite touch it. It went sideways until finally we touched it. So this is very, very important. This means that even if we don't touch it in the future, the fact that it's coming up cannot be ignored, because this might be a sign that we could have a new bottom. And the last thing I want to mention is the relationship between the bottom regression line in red, right, that you see coming just right here, and the hourglass indicator, and especially the green line of the hourglass indicator coming back down like this. Why am I talking about those two lines? Again, let's take a step back. First, you can see that we have the first crossing point between those two lines just right here, between the hourglass indicator and the bottom regression line. And when both crossed, it was the very start of the bull run, okay? Because after this, we didn't make a new low and we went up. Then you can see that here again, we have the hourglass indicator coming back down like this, and the regression line crossing the line. And with this crossing point, we have again a bottom just right here, and we didn't make any new low. It was the start of the bull run, okay, after the cross, because we went up. Let's continue. You will see what I'm talking about. Here again, we have the hourglass indicator coming down and the bottom regression line with the red dots crossing it. And again, it was the sell-off, and after this, we didn't make any new low, and it was the very start of the bull market. Now you should have understood the pattern, and you can see that here we have the crossing points between both lines. This means that if the pattern continues, we will start the bull run in September of 2023. This is a bold prediction, but this is what the chart is telling us. And before reaching this point, there is a possibility to make a new low. It's not impossible. To finish, let's take a look at the big picture chart of XRP. As you can see, we got rejected from the bear market resistance with the blue dots, right? Here, just right here with the blue dots, and the last resistance circle in red. We knew that those lines were major resistances, and the recent events give us right, unfortunately. We will know in the coming weeks if the last resistance circle in red will keep on pushing us down. Last but not least, what about the regression chart? Well, it does not look so good neither, because I remind you that on this chart you have in green the bottom regression line. Here we touched it, it was XRP very bottom, right? Here again it was XRP very bottom. Here it was the SEC sell-off support, and here again it was a beautiful, beautiful support. And so far, we've been using this line as a very strong support, even if here we closed below the line, but with the next candle, we closed above it. And this is exactly why this candle is crucial, because if we have a full body closing below the line, it would mean that we are starting using this line as a resistance instead of a support. It remains 20 days before the end of the month, So on this chart, there is still room for hope, and closing below the line would be a very bad sign in my opinion. Now you know everything. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That's all for today's video, and as always, time will tell.